Speaking of favorite teams, Inner Circle, man, still riding high on that. I will always be an Inner Circle guy for life. And like I've said before, man, the tide is rising high on Inner Circle. The wave is coming back stronger than ever with how much the fans are behind them. I was surprised a little bit that Jericho held back a little bit on Paige Van Zandt, and so
Did he? The
he
OnlyFans
yes,
thing, the
no, she
5-on-1.
set up T-balls for
She
him, and
did.
I could see him smirking because she said something about between her legs and all this stuff, and I was like waiting for Jericho just literally knock it out of the park. But I mean, yes, of course, he nailed it as his promos as he always has been doing. This is setting up the Minneapolis street fight, picking the 5 fighters, and I had a feeling back in my mind. I'm like, I hope they pick Dan Lambert because that would be hilarious. And that's just going to lead into more fighters coming out to try to take down Inner Circle. So I think we'll ultimately get Dan Lambert, sadly, get the pin over Jericho or something because all the extra fighters are coming out, or Paige Van Zandt's going to come out. And that's my
Cost him the
prediction. Paige Van
match.
Zandt's going to interfere, give him a low blow, get him in a chokehold, and then Dan Lambert's going to get the last laugh. The fat face dipshit is going to get the last laugh. And he's like, my face isn't even that fat. Yeah. But it was so great that they picked Dan Lambert. The guy's doing some outstanding promo work. And it's going to be interesting to see what he does in this street fight. I'm loving this pairing. Jake Hager's rocking the same shirt that I had on the other day. And then, Santana and each guy kind of calling out their opponent. And, as you need in a multi-man match, like we saw in the Pinnacle and Inner Circle. But Lambert is not only giving us some physical comedy, but also stuff on the mic, man. It is quite the build up to this that I'm really, really, really enjoying. This was one of my favorite segments.
I'm not shocked.
Past week.
I'm
MJF had quite a
shocked.
segment as well. But how do you predict this match going, man?
Oh,
What do
man.
you think?
I just love hearing you talk about this one because I know I went on a little soliloquy talking at length about FTR and how much I love those guys. And I look forward to talking Inner Circle and America's Top Team with you. I mean, I always love talking Inner Circle with SPD. You're a total mark for Jericho, and it's great to see like that, just that the joy of just being able to talk about how funny he is for you. But
Right.
I'll be honest, man. I've talked about it with Bonds. Like I love the levity that this feud is bringing. I love the sense of the humor. I love that. This isn't just like we want to kill each other like the Pinnacle versus Inner Circle. Like this has a lot of humor integrated into it. It's a lot of poking fun at each other. Just feels like a fun feud, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. As far as how I'd play that out, I gotta say, America's Top Team. I mean, I know it's hilarious that Dan Lambert is going to be in this ring, and he's going to be fighting in this match. But, bro, he has some legit badasses behind him.
Quite the arsenal.
That's going to be, I mean, like, I get it. Like, Jericho, like, he called out Lambert, and they're clearly going to be at a disadvantage when that fat face dipshit's in the ring.
Right.
But man, he's got some muscle behind him. So, I called it earlier on. I want Paige Van Zandt to be involved in this match somehow. I think that Jake Hager's wife should be ringside. And Paige and Jake Hager's wife should kind of get into it at some point. Jake Hager's clearly getting a spotlight in this feud with like his MMA background. Yeah. Dan Lambert talked a lot about that in his promo. Them being so impressed with Jake's Bellator record. I like them leaning into that and giving Jake more props and more spotlight for that. I would have America's Top Team go over somehow by cheating somehow. Or just not necessarily even getting too bad into cheating, but like really allowing those MMA badasses to do something behind the ref's back that really influences the match, some striking, something like that. But I definitely would play into the theatrics. I think Paige is clearly becoming a star in this whole feud. Her promo work is on point. And I think that the crowd is starting to really appreciate her work. Mm-hmm. So I'd like her to be involved in some way or shape or form in the outcome of this match. I would have her cost Jericho the win. I think that it would be perfect if she ended up being involved, costing Jericho, having Dan Lambert get the pin on Jericho because of Paige, and then only pouring more fuel onto the fire where Jericho's going to hate her more, and some of those promos could be brought up to the 11th degree. That's how I would book it.
Yeah, and then Lambert will claim that he's, one of the few guys him and Scorpio have pinned Jericho and all that stuff. So as much as I don't want that, I think that would make for some compelling stuff moving forward as well.